We got another episode of Bucket City. I got my main man Rose. It's just us two today. No guests. Third co-host was busy at the moment. He couldn't make it, so it's just me and Rose. So you're prepared to be entertained today.
Hopefully, I can entertain people, man. It's just only me and you, so I gotta do the entertaining.
Mm. So we
Uh,
got Dream Duos.
real. Hope everything good on your end, bro.
Facts, facts, facts. So I got Dream Duos, right? So
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a player and tell me who you think would be a great duo next to them. KD.
I would say like somebody like a Kawhi. He
Why?
needs somebody that can play defense, lock down defense, and still give him a scoring punch. So I think something like that would help him, like Kawhi. And
Those
don't
are
really care about
facts.
the spotlight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kawhi not caring about shots. You know what I'm saying? He ain't talking to no media. He just real low key. I think that dynamic will fit KD, who like to be in the spotlight. You got to have the dynamic that kind of like go off one another. You feel me? So I think me logically thinking like Kawhi would fit with him, not only off the court, but on the court as well.
Well, he need lotion and a hairbrush. That's the perfect duo for
Shut
KD.
the fuck up, bro.
You know, some Jergens. You know, he definitely needs a Jergens. Maybe cocoa butter. I don't know which one. And for that hair of his, he might need a hard brush, like a special brush just for his hair. It might sound like the 4th of July up there, but
Hey
he can
man,
get it done.
yeah, you gotta chill, Josh. You gotta chill, bro.
Larry.
Larry, I just think he needed like a decent big. I mean, not Kevin McHale wasn't a decent big. I think like a great big. Let's just put it like I say like his. You saying not like his teammate? So
Just a duo.
I say like in my dream, like give him Hakeem. He obviously need defense. He's not the best defender, so you need somebody to help him on that side. And I feel like Hakeem is a decent passer and should screen and pop and definitely work off ball because he got a decent jumper, 15 to 18. Hitting that mid range jumper. And especially maybe if he work on his three, maybe with today's game, he spread it out a little bit further. I would say Hakeem, especially I'm thinking about also. I know you didn't
Hmm.
put this way, but I'm thinking about it in today's game. Like also, I know we dealing with old school players, but
Hmm.
they played in today's game and they gamed the way that back it is, but also maybe a little advanced. And also with their deficiencies, Larry wasn't, he was a great, I wouldn't say great defender, but he was a decent defender at times. Definitely could read defenses and very instinctful, seeing where the play was going to come from and attacking or seeing it before it happened. And I think sometimes he made up for the lack of little foot speed, and that's where I think Hakeem will help him out on the defensive end. And they both obviously are juggernauts on the offensive end. I think they'll work well with each other as well.
I went a little different. I gave him. I think he'll be good with like a Clay, somebody who off ball, because Clay was a good playmaker, facilitator. So you give him somebody like Clay, great, good defensively to pick up a little bit on defense. I think that'd be a great duo. What about Magic?
Magic, give me young Shaq with Magic. I know that sounds crazy, but I think like with young Magic and young Shaq, like that, I think that would be a duo because like young Shaq could run. I'm talking about Orlando Shaq. Like before he gained
Hmm.
weight, you give him like that type of off, just somebody who can rebound, play defense, and just run, bro. I think that's crazy because I wanted to give him somebody that's dominant. Like he needed a dominant big, like for Magic. I never seen him with like a big, a great wing player like that. So no disrespect to like James Worthy or anything like that, but yeah, you know.
I might give him. I can't believe I'm saying his name, but I might give him Cat. I think he worked good with a shooting big. Somebody can stretch and space out the floor. He's soft as con tissue, but offensively, I think that'd be a nice little duo.
My whole thing is cat barbecue chicken on defense, bro.
Yeah, he is, but offensively, it'd be a nice duo. Defensively, poo poo. Jokic.
bro. He could work with two pieces, two with a bag of chips, pieces of gum. He could you throw anybody with him because his passing is gonna just spread open the floor. Just get people to constantly move. Get an offense that constantly moves. He finds the open man. Um, let me think. Let me think. What's like a scoring guard, but could also work really off ball? Give me Steph. I mean, he may have his defensive efficiencies, but for me, like or even a Clay, I need somebody who can always be off ball, but maybe get the bucket. We may need somebody to also get a bucket
Hmm.
every once in a while, which clearly Steph can do. So I think they fit together, especially with the offense and their mentalities. Steph and Jokic, nigga, off ball, back door, nigga. Steph, anywhere you want this ball, Jokic is about to dot you, nigga.
I was thinking,
I'm just
like
thinking easy. I can also
I like the off ball, so I went a little bit different. I would give him Reggie, somebody who
Reggie
just run
too.
around
Reggie,
screens all day and just he gonna find Reggie. He gonna dot Reggie. Reggie gonna get his buckets, and he doesn't have to work as hard.
for sure.
What about Wilt, the unicorn?
From the footage I've seen of Wilt, like he would need a point guard, a passing point guard, and because he usually got all his dunk, pretty much got the ball dumped to him. Um, and I would say they need to score every once in a while to just put some attention away from him. Let me think. Let me think. A scoring type point guard who got decent defense and can just give you a bucket every once in a while. No, I don't need. I was thinking like a Drew, but Drew don't score enough. I need like 20, 25. You know what I'm saying? Like on a consistent basis, which Drew just can't give me.
Why you don't give him your boy Dame?
Dame has issues on the defensive end. That's why I wouldn't give him Dame. Dame can't
Or,
guard a guard. Let's keep it a stack, bro. He
so you
decent.
want a point guard that's good offensively and defensively?
Just give me 20 points per game. He just need that. He just need that, bro. And I would say like, but Gary Payton wasn't a scoring guard, but I would say like Gary Payton worked good with him.
Why? It's between two players for me. It's either I give him John Stockton or Chris Paul. One of those two.
Nah, I wouldn't give him. I would give him. I would give him CP3. I wouldn't give him John Stockton. John Stockton is not off. He not. He thinking more pass than score. You need with Wilt, you need somebody else to score to get the eyes off him to put the pressure off him. So it's not easily it's so easy to double him in my eyes. Like somebody got to go get a bucket every once in a while. I don't think John Stockton can do that consistently enough to win in a big in the bigger stages. You know what I'm saying? Like to try to make a conference finals or a finals appearance. Like I don't think with Wilt, maybe other pieces on the team, but just them two, as we may be saying, John Stockton is like the second option is scoring and have to score. Like I just don't think they're gonna go for that far.
That pick and roll be scary though.
Very
Between
scary. Very scary.
and the last one I got is Hakeem.
Man, we seen Hakeem do it with peanuts. So uh yeah, get this one. I'm gonna show my nigga Dame some love. Give him Dame. I think he'll do good with Dame. Dame just needs to just do it. Just literally be better defensively, a little bit better, and
Hmm.
just because put more effort on the defensive end, and like maybe dial it back a little bit on the offensive end. And he should that'll work in my eyes.
I'm
He
gonna
just
go Gary Payne. I'm gonna give him another great defensive guard, so defensively be scary, but a guard that can also score a little bit and facilitate the offense.
not mad at that. Bro, Gary Payton, he don't get as much like he should.
That's a fact. I got the 03, 04 Pistons versus 94, 95 Rockets. 7 game series. Who you think is winning?
Okay, point guards, you got Chauncey Billups versus uh who was a point guard?
For the Rockets, hold
Yeah,
on, but I'll tell you right now. I think it was it Kenny Anderson
or
that
Kenny.
year. It was yeah, it was Kenny Smith. I said Kenny Anderson. I was way off.
Who was that shooting guard?
Their two guard was Vernon Maxwell,
Crazy Max. Okay, they small forward.
small forward, or Otis Thorpe. Hold on, let me see if I can find the actual starting five.
I just think this is my problem with that situation. Can Ben Wallace slow down Hakeem to the point where it's enough to win? And
Let me see. Yeah, so it was Kenny, Vernon, Otis Thorpe, Robert Horty, and Hakeem.
I'm going
That
with Detroit. I'm going to go with Detroit because I also like think there was a better cohesive team, but also just a better top to bottom team. I just think they're the better team, so I think Detroit will win in the seventh. But you made me want to simulate this shit when I get to 2K. Whenever I get to a 2K game, I'm gonna simulate it.
Now, do you think? But now, do you think that this Rocket team would you? If I said I used the next year when they got Clyde, would you still say that the Pistons win?
Clyde did make a difference, but he was kind of like at the tail end of his career. I still say Detroit. I still say Detroit because I just feel like they, bro, like a top to bottom team. Like they bench was kind of deep too. Uh, Had decent pieces. Maybe no names now, but I know they were decent pieces coming off the bench. Decent role players. Definitely did their jobs. Was veterans. So I'm just thinking like, and then Tayshaun Prince still wasn't. It hasn't didn't even come to his own at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just taking Detroit. I just think they're a better team about them. But if somebody said Hakeem, if I don't think Ben Wallace could slow down Hakeem like that, and Hakeem still go crazy, then I wouldn't and be like I think the Rockets will win. I wouldn't say no,
Mm-hmm.
nigga, you crazy. I wouldn't be like, oh, nigga, you wrong or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not wild to think that because Hakeem was killing everybody them 2 years.
That's a fact. So you got like Ben Wallace to throw at him to slow him down. Rasheed Wallace. You got Tayshawn for your boy Clyde Drexler.
We got and Charlie Billups was a great point guard, wing defender. And so was Rip. That's where they was making their money on. Like their whole identity was defense. Like that was their whole identity. And the offense is gonna fluid through the defense because we're gonna get deflections. And if we gotta slow it down, we got a certain play. Rip is gonna run the nigga off 2,000 screens to get open.
Yeah, defensively they were just a nightmare team. Like they were holding teams to 84 points, which was second in the league.
Crazy,
They couldn't
bro.
score. They couldn't score, but they're gonna slow you down defensively.
But that's the thing. They didn't care that they couldn't score because they knew that you couldn't score on them. It's almost like one of them situations where it's like in football, like the Baltimore Ravens. We don't care. Like we know this is gonna be a low scoring game because we got Ray Lewis, we got a nice banging defense. Our offense can't score to save our lives, but our defense gonna keep us in the game.
That's facts. Yeah, I'll take the Pistons in probably
I say
7.
seven. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
disrespect that.
I,
It'll definitely
I
go
was
seven.
gonna say six, but it'll definitely go seven. Hakeem is capable of like getting his team to 7 games. Because the year
Ha-
before they got Clyde, they did win the championship.
Hakeem was so great, bro. I think that he has a legit chance to win that series, regardless if what I think or not. But I just think
Hmm.
bottom the Detroit Pistons is a better team. But if a nigga argue me to death, like, nah, Hakeem gonna win. Hey, bro, you ain't got no argument for me, bro. Like, you got it. Like, I'm not even gonna be mad at you. You got it.
It can't go either way, honestly. But like we said, you just giving a slight edge to Detroit because defensively the team was just a nightmare.
Yeah, they're just a nightmare, literally.
So I got Rip versus Clay. So I'm gonna give you categories and you tell me who's better. Scoring,
Bet Clay.
playmaking,
I'm gonna go Rip.
defense,
I'm gonna go Clay. But
shot
Rip,
creation.
the gap isn't so far. I wouldn't say like, oh my God, Rip can't guard nobody. He was actually a pretty good defender. I just would give the slight edge to Clay.
All right, what about shot creation?
Rip. Now we talk about because Rip was he made his pretty much off catch and shoot off. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that
Mid
shot
range.
he has to catch like he's in middle to mid range, and it's kind of he took dribbles too. But a lot of people know that they both come off screen, so it's kind of hard. But I mean, either way, you can go either way because I feel like Clay does shot creation too because it takes a lot of practice and a lot of like muscle memory to shoot kind of awkwardly the way he does because some of these catch and shoots he be catching and shooting from, nigga, it's crazy. So I would
If
say
you
that's a
go
toss.
ahead. If you are at the podium, you had to choose one of these players. Who you choosing?
I'm taking Clay
Why you taking Clay?
because he does it from a longer distance. They both do the same thing. No disrespect to Rip, he wasn't doing that at the 3 point line, at least not on a consistent basis. Clay is literally killing you from the three.
The facts. If Rip was more of a he liked the mid range. That was his bread and butter. The mid
Yeah,
range game.
for sure.
Clay can shoot from anywhere. But if I had to, I'm I'm choosing Rip only because of consistency. Clay has a tendency to be inconsistent sometimes. I feel
Very
like
true.
Rip is more dependable for me if I'm building a team.
I'm not.
So I got a stat line for you.
Swing it.
I want you to know. Can you guess who this player is?
All right.
It's the first one is a big man.
All right.
28, 14, 3, 4 blocks. This is a playoff series too. 4 blocks. Shoot out 59 from the field, 70 from the free throw.
And you said, okay, so give me like, is it this era? Like this era?
No, it's not this era. It's from the. It's not this era.
All right. I'm gonna say Shaq.
Nope.
Okay.
This person did. He did play with Shaq for a little bit. He did play in the era with Shaq for a little bit. Not for long.
He did play in Shaq's era or play with Shaq.
He played in Shaq's era. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
You gonna say Hakeem? I mean, no, not Hakeem, but Kareem.
Not Kareem. This guy came later after Kareem, about 20 years later.
White? Nigga, just tell me.
Nah, when he played in his era, he's a top five big man at that moment in his era. He played in a golden age of bigs.
Patrick Ewing?
Nope, this guy was better than Patrick.
Kevin Garnett?
No, oh my God, it was David Robinson.
See, I would never would have guessed it. Like they probably don't that name don't come up to mind.
He put up 28, 14, 3 assists, 4 blocks, in the first round versus the Nuggets. So this is without Tim Duncan. I think this is his second year here.
All right, tell me another stat line.
Who was he killing?
Bro, he was killing somebody, nigga. That's all I know. 70, 28, 14, nigga, with 69% field goal percentage, nigga. You killing somebody.
I don't even know who the Nuggets big man is on the roster. And they got swept 3-0. Yeah, they got swept bad. It wasn't pretty.
He said, let's get these niggas out. I ain't got nobody that can stop me.
I got another one, 90s, small forward. He put up 25, 7, 3, 2 steals and a block. And he shot 52 from the field, 75 from 3, 90 from free throw.
75 from three, nigga? Was this a playoff series?
Sure was.
What the fuck, nigga? Was he shooting like 1 3 a game and making that shit?
Yeah, he was shooting 75 from 3.
How many threes was he taking?
I'm about to tell you in a minute. He played in a high-powered offense, too. Yo,
What type of stat line
he
you
was attempting 4 threes.
on? Somewhere in this area. You ain't shooting 4 threes unless somewhere in this. He played past the 2000s, I'm guessing. That's the only reason I can guess.
Let me see how long this guy played. Played for a minute. The team he played on is a historic team during that time with a historic coach.
You
He was
say
part of a he was part of a trio,
he a small forward?
small forward.
He was part of three. Nigga, that's not Dwayne Wade, is it?
No,
No, he not a small forward. That's a shooting guard.
the team just won a championship he played for.
Team won a championship. He played for. Nigga, LeBron? Nigga,
No,
no,
it was
he
Chris Mullins. Chris Mullins put that up, and he put that up in the first round versus Spurs in '91. He averaged 25, 7, 3, 2 steals and a block, and he was shooting 52, 75, and 90 from free throw.
bro. How this nigga was shooting 4 threes and shooting 75% from the three is wild.
Yeah, he attempted 4.
So this nigga was literally shooting 3 4. That's wild, bro.
And mind you, during that time, he was in that high-powered Warriors offense. That the
Bro,
small Don Nelson, the modern small ball era.
yep. Yeah.
Let's see. I got 2 teams. Which team wins and how
Damn,
many games.
bro. Horribly wrong on both things.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat line that Chris Mullins won. I ain't gonna lie to you. There we go. Team A or B? Oh my god.
You good, bro?
These are both NBA first teams.
Bro, you gotta go with Team A, bro.
You don't think Team B stand a chance?
No, no offense,
Don't.
bro. Uh, Kobe is killing Penny. LeBron is eating up Scotty. I don't know about the Kevin and Carl aspects. They don't have nobody to guard Carl. Like they don't. I mean, you could probably put LeBron on Carl. You can put Kevin back on Scotty and switch it because LeBron is kind of big. Uh, and Dwight and David Robertson is kind of like they cancel each other out, especially Prime Dwight. I don't know about scoring, but at least Dwight can kind of slow David Robertson down defensively. Um, yeah, I just think it's Team A. I just can't. Yeah, it's Team A.
You don't. What's the biggest like X factor for you in teammates that just makes you like, yeah, they win it?
Well, for one, LeBron. Like, I don't think Scottie Pippen is slowing down LeBron, bro. Like, I don't think Scottie is strong enough to deal with LeBron for 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? I think Scottie will get get his moments where he may get the best of LeBron. Don't get me wrong, maybe get a steal here, a block here, but like when Scottie tired and it's the fourth quarter and LeBron is just that big and that strong, like nah, bro, he's gonna get right past Scottie. I think that's where the game will open up for everybody else involved. Then you got Kobe and Chris Paul on the same team, like man. Then you
You
got
got John
Kevin.
Stockton and Penny.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. No disrespect to Scotty. I mean John Stockton. No respect to Penny. But yeah, bro. Penny's actually a pretty good. He's, I think Penny and Kobe will be going at it for sure. But I just think Kobe will win that match from Scotty. So now you got two players that's rolling. Then you got Chris Paul doing his thing with the pick and roll thing. Yeah, bro. I just think team A is better.
So how many games in a 7 game series?
6, maybe 7.
6 games.
Yeah, 6 or 6. Maybe they get lucky and go 7. Maybe they ends in 5. I can see every scenario going. Like maybe John Stockton, Chris Paul, and they just clicking. Yeah, this might be over in 5. But say they, for some reason they not clicking or whatever, shots is not falling or whatever. I can see it still going game. I can still see going 6 or 7. But yeah, I still got Team A winning.
All right. Now I got a question for you.
All right.
What is your definition? Well, it's a two-part question, so I'm gonna ask the first part. What is your definition of help when it comes to a basketball team? Like if I say
Help is
player
like
A had no help, what would what would be your definition?
I could use an example
Hmm.
like when I would say like Game 5 of the Blazers. Because that's the only example I know that I could think of. Like there was literally no help. Dame went into the overtimes and was carrying us, and nigga, we couldn't even get no points from the bench. CJ didn't score. I don't think he even scored. Like the only other player to score was like that was to me like no help. Like Jokic last year, no help. Like you know what I'm saying? He had decent pieces, but nigga, that nigga was working with scraps. That was no help. Like that's what I think about no help. Kobe would averaging 35 on that weak ass team with Smush Parker. Nigga, that's no help. Like that's I'm just using examples. Like that's real no help. You got to carry the team. Like you know what I'm saying, or a person or an integral piece maybe miss majority or a chunk of the season. You still gotta perform. You still gotta be successful. They still expect you to hold a higher standard. You know what I'm saying, or still keep the boat afloat, as they say. So that's what I think about when I think about no help. And if you talk about championship aspirations, like, and I hate when they say, "Oh, he had no help to win a championship." Every team that win a championship, No matter if it's, would you say, a quote unquote carry job, they still had
Mhm.
somewhat semblance of somewhat some help. You know what I'm saying? Every great champion, every champion has a great squad. You don't get to be a champion without a great team around you. But there's certain players that definitely elevate and help push their greatness on not only the team but their opposition. And that's where those players we hold in a higher standard than others. I think niggas need to understand that. It's just that simple.
All right. So now, what is your definition of a carry job?
Like Dirk in 2011, nigga. That was like damn near carrying.
You
His
think that's
second
a
best
carry
player was
job?
bro. His second best player was Jason fucking Terry, nigga. Jason Terry, bro.
Uh,
If you want to
the only
argue
reason why I
Sean,
don't,
if you want to argue like who would let's talk turkey. Who would you say the 2011 Mavericks? Who would you say is like the second best player?
I would probably say Jason Terry.
No, get me wrong. They had a good squad. Like you look at those pieces, Sean Marion is a nice ancillary piece that you would think like, oh man, there's only Sean Marion. But for what his role was, that was great for that team. You asked freaking Tyson Chandler, bro, all we need you to do is play defense and rebound. That's it. Jason Kidd, we need to have that veteran piece that we already know you can pass out your ass, nigga. We just need you to do what you've been doing. Bro, if you look at those pieces, yes, I would say that is a carry job, in my opinion. Like I wouldn't that was like to me the last carry job we've seen as far as championship aspirations. I would even say Giannis, but then I would say Drew Holiday had an impact on his defense. Chris Middleton was literally a closer in some of those games, even to the point where they closed out a series without Giannis. So you got to give credit, somewhat credit to their pieces. But if somebody said that Giannis was a carry job, I wouldn't be mad at them. If we talk about championships, aspirations, and championship trophies, but yeah, I would say Dirk is easily like one of the last carry jobs that I can think about that I've seen with my two eyes. Because I don't think, no disrespect to Jason Terry, like he did have a good series that series, but
Mhm.
like, man, yeah, I just can't. When you look at championship teams, you be like, that nigga won with Jason fucking Terry, bro. Like most other teams, you're like, oh man, they second best player is Kobe Shaq or Shaq Kobe or Kobe Paul Gasol. You know what I'm saying? Other championship teams usually got a great number two. We didn't have a great number two and still won.
I don't. I thought about this, and it's
Or would you
like,
say Kawhi? I forgot Kawhi, but then again, like Kawhi had a good squad around him as well. But you could say that was a carry job as well. I totally forgot about Kawhi.
I get what you're saying, but the way I look at that 2011 team is the same way I look at the '04 Pistons. It was just a well-oiled machine. Defensively, that team was
Nah,
great.
on the
I
defense,
did. That was a great defensive team.
right? But who was carrying majority of the offense though?
It was Dirk. I won't disagree there.
Yeah, Dirk was that's what I'm trying to say. Like yeah, the team and Dirk wasn't that bad defensively that year either. He definitely upped his defense. He upped his defense intensity and his defensive level upped because he wanted to win a championship. So, you know, definitely the pieces helped him on that side. But I will also argue he's literally carrying the offensive side. Like that nigga was unstoppable. Like and then also 2019 Kawhi. You look at those pieces, you know what I'm saying?
You got
Nobody's
Kyle Lowry.
hey bro, you gotta chill, bro. Would you say Kyle okay, let me ask you a question. I know this all subject. Would you say Kyle Murray is a star in the NBA?
Oh,
His
oh, is
Kyle
he a what?
even prime Kyle Lowry, was he ever a star in the NBA?
Yo, he wasn't even the second best player on that team. It was Pascal, if you ask me.
Nah, somebody told me when we was talking about because me Twitter Spaces that Kawhi. was still a role player in 2022. And I asked him, so if Kawhi is a role player, who was the star on the team? He gonna say it was Kyle Lowry. I was like, all right, we got we ain't gotta talk.
Kyle Lowry, oh my god, Kyle Lowry, he wasn't doing nothing with DeMar. Like LeBron was bullying these niggas, and every year he was in the East and they met up.
I just don't understand how certain people have still certain logics and already debunked those logics. Like Kawhi has won nigga as the nigga in the playoffs. Like he was averaging 30 in the playoffs, nigga.
That's facts on great
If
efficiency.
a role player averaged 30 in the playoffs, my nigga, tell me. So if you still have that narrative, by all means. I just be shocked how people just want to run with certain narratives or certain things, and it's like, bro, he already debunked that, or he's proven enough for you to even not even talking like crazy like that.
Like Kawhi literally went to this team and they won the championship as soon as he went there.
Bro,
Understand the injury to the Warriors and all that, but whatever. He still won it regardless.
ain't take like they say, bro. Like if that was the case, we gonna have a whole bunch of everybody gonna have an asterisk on their championship because everybody deals with an injury or here and there, or you know what I'm saying. Like revision is so history with it. I feel like everybody just used it, try to use it against Kawhi. You can say that about it.
So I'm gonna ask you this: Do you think CJ is help for it for Dame?
I would say on certain points, yes, and certain points, no. Because I've seen CJ be great. Like,
Mm-hmm.
say great. Like, let's keep it a stat. I don't think Dame had enough gas after the fucking Thunder series. That's why he struggled in the Denver series, and CJ was also able to shine. But I also think CJ was definitely helpful in that series. It definitely didn't help us next series because we got fucking smacked. But like that's just to me, that's just one series in a couple of games. But like CJ always been either having injury problems or especially as he got he had started getting injury problems. He started slowing down a little bit. And then for the next series, the next year, the Denver series, I felt like he was a detriment to the team, trying to come back off a broken foot and come back in the playoffs because you could just tell he wasn't like still not 100%. So I just say yes and no because there's times where CJ looks great, but there's also times where I'm like, CJ, you got a better pass or you made a better shot selection, you know, something of that nature. So it's kind
Oh
of hard.
yeah,
But I never thought two small guards could mesh or win anything or win a championship. I was saying that to Blazers fans for the longest. When we drafted it, and I was like, nigga, we got two small guards, nigga. What was this nigga, the 60s, nigga? Like, we're not gonna win nothing.
I don't think there's ever been a small court backcourt in NBA history that's won a championship. There's literally one small one and one bigger size guard.
Like, even would you say Joe Dumars was like 6'5", right? 6'6"?
Yeah, yeah, he was technically a big guard.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you want to use Steph and Clay 6'7", Steph 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, Joe Dumars listed at 6'3".
I'm surprised. I mean, you can say that, but then I would also argue that the whole offense, I mean, the defense was predicated on their whole, identity was defense. They use the ball to spread the ball around and let Isaiah cook and Joe Dumars cook. So to me, that's kind of not uh, a good
I
example.
I think your Portland team is in a weird situation, kind of like Utah was in, where they're gonna compete, but they're just not gonna go far. So
Yeah,
you're not gonna get high draft picks because you're obviously middle of the pack. You're good enough to sneak in the playoffs. So you're in
hey,
like that purgatory place.
let's say this. You say this is. You always ask me for my wild takes, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it here. This is my wild take, and this may not be wild, but hey, call me crazy, bro. We gonna run this dang shit to the ground. Once we get to the shit to the point where it's not going nowhere, Dame either gonna force himself a trade or we gonna tank to the point where we gonna get a draft pick, either trade Dame or Dame gonna retire, and we gonna be in a lottery trying to find another star. That's gonna be the rest of Dame's career unless he asks for a trade. I'm at a point where I'm asking this nigga when you gonna ask for a trade because like, nigga, you not gonna win shit here, bro. Like, let's keep it a stack, bro. I love my Blazers, bro. You see the t-shirt? Like, I love my Blazers, bro. I'm from Portland, bro. I'm always
Hmm.
gonna be an objective Blazer fan. Bro, we gonna run this nigga to the ground. And once this nigga get tired to understand, nigga, I'm not really gonna win here. As much as y'all nigga front office been talking all this shit, y'all not making the necessary moves with the necessary players to get what I feel like is gonna make us like championship level. Like, bro, I haven't felt like we are legit contenders since '99, nigga. Like, nigga, miss me, bro. Like, I'm talking to you as a legit fan, bro. I never said this
Like 23 years ago.
bro. I've never felt in the history of my adult life that we had a legit chance to win a championship. Never, bro. I don't know what that feels like. I'm like, oh man, it'd be nice to get to the Western Conference Finals just to talk shit. Like I'm better than most teams this year. Like that, it'd be nice to do that. But nigga, when we face the Warriors, only delusional Blazers fans like, nigga, this about to go to 7, nigga. This about to go to 7, nigga. I was like, no, nigga, it's about to be a gentleman's sweep at best.
So do you think the NBA should like fix? How can the NBA make it a even playing field for small market teams?
You
Just
gonna
to
call,
like, get
you gonna
players in the
call
league.
me crazy, but like to attract let's keep it, this is my problem with big market teams, like, and it's not just big market teams but specifically the Lakers, and I'm talking about the Lakers organization because the Lakers fans and organizations feel like, nigga, these niggas is a great organization, when in reality, nigga, they are just a great location team. Like
Hmm.
that's what it is, bro. That's all what it is. LA is the one of the biggest markets, one of the sunniest cities in the world. You know what I'm saying? So why
Okay.
would you not go to Lakers? Like if every team had even the money, like save my Portland Blazers for whatever reason, it was like, you know what? We're gonna make it all even. We're gonna start giving the small market teams bigger cap space. I don't know why they would do it, but fuck it. Let's just this hypothetical teams, this hypothetical, like just make it to the point where all the small market teams get bigger cap space, so the free agent market can be somewhat even. Let's just throw that out there, bro. The Lakers will suck. All these big market teams rely on free agents. Will not be. You wouldn't talk about Lakers and the championship aspirations. No disrespect to Lakers, when y'all had to actually win, you know, as far as like going through the draft, bro, y'all sucked for a decade. Like, let's keep it a stack, bro. After Kobe, y'all sucked. Y'all couldn't figure out who's y'all next star. Y'all couldn't figure out shit. Y'all was horrible. Then, like most things, like everything else, a big star figure out, let me go to LA, and y'all get a great all-time talent, and then he wins y'all a championship. It is what it is. Yeah, but to sit here and act like y'all to sit here and act like um certain teams get this, like my Blazers, for example, we can't even buy a free agent, my nigga. We've been throwing money at free agents like crazy, and we still can't get people. So they gotta, for organizations, it has to be some type of yeah. For not saying that smart markets need, like, they need to figure out where the playing field could be even in that regard. Y'all figured out the whole draft process. We already understand that part. Niggas ain't tanking as much as they used to back in the '80s and the '90s, but at the same token, um, the free agent market is pretty much whoever got the biggest market, and it's kind of crazy how the Knicks still suck. No disrespect, real, because the Knicks biggest markets in the world, nigga, and they can't pull a free agent if they try to. Like, they can't pull nobody.
So do you think they should have like a hard cap like they do in the NFL? A hard cap. This is how much money every team gets, and you can't go over this.
No, the NBA has made its cap soft for a reason, so this players easier to go over and do other things. They got certain exceptions and stuff like that. I think the way it is perfect, but I would just say there has to be some incentive for smaller markets to get I would say free agents some incentive like I don't know like the Rooney Rule. I would say not like the Rooney Rule, but like give
Hmm.
some incentive to the point where small market teams have more capital and free agents. You know what I'm saying? To get lower free agents more in. It can't just be money because clearly money ain't been the answer. Small market teams been throwing money at that big name free agents and they still haven't been able to sign. So it's not about money.
And I think like take a team like Utah, right? So you got Donovan, you got Rudy. You tried, it didn't work out. Yeah, just weren't a championship caliber team. Utah, before them, you had Carmelo and John Stockton. They go to the finals twice. So besides that, they've been a mid organization. So you trade away Rudy, and you get a load of first round picks. So now Utah can be garbage and tank because they got these first round picks, which I don't. But they're still not going. To They have to hit in the draft. They have to hit correctly. Hope these players develop into who they hope to be.
You know, that's the thing about the draft is hit or miss. And some motherfuckers are known to make or known to miss, and some people are known to know what to look for.
And some teams just have great developmental teams like Golden State, uh, and San Antonio, where they actually take time and develop their players.
Certain
And
organizations can't
yeah.
either can't develop players or just don't want to have the personnel or the know how to develop players. It's kind of wild because you would think like nigga, y'all niggas all professionals in the NBA. Y'all should know how to develop players at this point. Y'all nigga, that's what y'all get paid for. But hey man, that's here nor there.
But I think that also comes down to, do you draft the best player available or draft what you need? I think it also comes down to that.
And so you always draft the best player available. It also but it depends what you need. I'm not about to draft. I'm not about to. For example, if I like say I got a decent squad,
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Wiggins my small forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I got LeBron James on the board. Nigga, you goddamn right. I'm picking up LeBron James. But I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, I got LeBron James on my roster. I need to back up small forward. No, I'm not thinking that. You know what I'm saying? I would say it's substantial. Like, for example, if I got LeBron, clearly I'm not going in the draft like, oh, I need a small forward. I would just say, you know what I'm saying, it depends on what you need. But that's what I would say, like an upgrade. Like, say I got a decent squad and for some reason, I got the number one pick. Yes, nigga. Sorry, Andrew Wiggins, you gone. I'm picking up LeBron. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gonna pick up the greater player, regardless if you got somebody decent or somebody all star level, or whatever. If he could be a great, generational talent like LeBron is, you gonna pick him up. You just gonna pick him up.
Now, if you are that team, would you trade away your assets to move up to get that generational talent? Move
It
up the board?
depends. Like, okay, so for example, I know you know football. So like for like example, if a deal was on the table, like a Herschel Walker deal, like what Dallas did, like I'm gonna flip Herschel Walker and I'm gonna flip picks and get all these great players, or get a great player. Just in basketball terms, if you can get a LeBron, your franchise is pretty much good. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for the upcoming 10 years, as long as you work out all the kinks and the contracts and stuff like that, you got him pretty much for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Until you pretty much can't offer him nothing. There's nothing you can't offer him unless you're a horrible ran franchise.
Like Cleveland.
Exactly. But Cleveland did some dumbass shit. We can't, that's for another conversation. But if I'm Cleveland, yes, I'm trading. Like for example, if you told me right now that in 2 years there's gonna be a LeBron in the draft, just hypothetically, there's some nigga in Serbia. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
they
Like
have one right now. And he plays in the France league, and he's a center. You seen him? He's like a Rudy Gobert, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Durant mix all
yeah,
in one.
but you know what I mean? Like, is he a for sure? Like, when I'm trying to think, like for sure, like no disrespect, nigga. They was crowning that nigga LeBron James when he was a senior in high school. Like that nigga didn't touch a basketball in the NBA yet. All
Mm-hmm.
we had was speculation. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like barring injury, this nigga's gonna be. a great one, like stamp. Like I didn't want
Mhm.
it stamps. Like no disrespect, when I seen KD play, stamps, nigga. Like I didn't care about Greg Oden, nigga. Give me KD, nigga. Like that's what I'm saying. Like when I seen Melo, stamps. You know what I'm saying? See early D Wade, stamps. And niggas, the athleticism is gonna translate in the NBA, stamps. Like
Mhm.
all these players, I need to see it. I ain't seen it. Like if you telling me it's a stamps, like a nigga can give me a ring being the number one option, that type player, nigga, I trade Dame right now. Nigga, give me whatever you want for this nigga, bro. If you trying to tell me I can get a nigga that's a number one option that can win me a championship, them niggas don't walk around the earth.
Mhm.
So yes, I will trade whatever you want. But then again, that'd be kind of stupid because the niggas that above me gonna want thinking the same thing. We want that nigga too, so it can't be a secret.
So are you willing to trade away your? Let's say you're a team, right? Let's say you're the Warriors, right? Just came off a championship. Kevin Durant's on the market. Would you trade away your young players, your Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, James Wiseman, to go get KD?
Nah, nah. At this point, I'm not doing it. It's not worth the to break up the continuity that I just built. It's just not. And then I deplete my roster by just getting one player. Like Rudy Gobert trade fucked up the Kevin Durant trade, in my opinion. Because nigga, they
Yo,
go
did you see what they're asking? They want 5 first rounders and an all-star caliber player in return for KD.
and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like 5 first rounders, who got that? Nigga, who just have that, bro?
OKC and
Like,
the Rockets are the only two teams that had that like many first rounders that they could give out like that.
nigga, we both know KD ain't going to either market. No disrespect to OKC, nigga. He's not going back there. No disrespect to the Rockets, nigga. He's not going back there just to waste his last couple years in the NBA to sit around or just be on a trash team or to carry. Like he's not. I hate to say it, but he kind of fucked himself up by going to Golden State. He did. He fucked himself up because after Golden State, it was like, nigga, where you gonna go?
Hmm.
Where you gonna go, bro? Where you gonna go? If you go anywhere where it's too like the rosters, what the public feels is too good, you're gonna get slammed. But we both know, nigga, you don't want to go to a roster where it's the bottom of the bottom and carry like and build the motherfuckers up. Like I don't think KD got that type of mentality. Like KD is not Lillard. Lillard is gonna ride with the ship, nigga. He's gonna go to the ship fall down until nigga there ain't no return. KD see this fucking shit falling down. Trade me, nigga, now.
We just seen that with Brooklyn, literally.
And I don't think, but I also think it's the fucking GMs and they dumbass fault for doing all the dumb shit that they wanted. No disrespect, nigga. You wanted to trade Jared Allen for fucking DeAndre Jordan, or you wanted to sign DeAndre Jordan and trade away Jared Allen. Like, nigga, Jared Allen ain't the better, younger piece. The fuck? I don't give a fuck about
Clearly,
at that point. I want to win. And once I seen that move, I was like, oh yeah, these niggas ain't trying to win. These niggas trying to be buddy buddy. These niggas trying to be more about concerned about being buddy buddy instead of understanding what's best for the team. Jared Allen is way better at that point than fucking DeAndre Jordan. Nigga, this ain't Clippers DeAndre Jordan.
and we see what Jerry Allen doing over there in Cleveland.
He was an all-star this year. If I'm not tripping.
De- Develop players again. If you take time and develop these players, look what they can turn out to be.
So you let go of all-star caliber player for a
D'Lo,
nigga that literally didn't play anymore. Like, you couldn't play him. He was literally unplayable. You literally cut him, and then the Lakers picked him up, nigga. That's how horrible he was, nigga.
and we see how he played on the Lakers.
But again, that's when I was like, revisionist history, and I hate to say it, but Kevin Durant is gonna get probably the worst slander after he's done playing than I think any superstar caliber player because of how he did things.
When I look at his career and Kawhi's career, in a way, I kind of put them in a boat together because they both weird careers. You look at Kawhi's career, there's not like a season where this probably like one season of his whole career you could legit say that like he's been the best player in the world. It's literally one season. Then with KD, like I don't think he's kind of like a superstar version of James Harden to me. Like, come on now, like you just don't you run from the grind. Yes, James Harden did stay with Houston for 10 plus years, but like when he kind of ran from the grind to me to a certain extent, he said, "I want to go to Philly and compete." Like, come on.
Uh, but
And
I would,
Houston gave him everything. Ain't like they gave him everything he wanted. He got, and like it just still wasn't successful enough.
I just think that's kind of messed up. I wouldn't say not messed up. I would say for the Houston situation with James Harden, yeah, they try to give him everything, but with Kevin Durant, it was kind of fucked up because like when I look at that OKC team, like just as a competitor standpoint, like I had these niggas down 3-1, my nigga. I had these niggas down, bro. I had these niggas right where I wanted them, and because maybe me and my co partner was feeling each other, and nigga like even the I'm the biggest. You know how I feel about Westbrook. I'm the biggest. Niggas call me the biggest Westbrook hater. Hey, I'll take that count. But then KD got to take some of that fault for that 3-1 collapse as well. A lot of niggas want rest, but at the same time you got to put some fault on KD. He didn't play great them last 3 games. So in my eyes, I was like, bro, you can't go to Golden State. You like out of all the teams, you just can't. And then you go to Golden State. And then if I was him, I would just stay. Like, what do you like? What? Just stay there. But you let talk.
Like what do you have to lose? Like you're already
You're
the
already
villain.
there. You're already there. You literally should have been like, you know what? I'm gonna just rehab. I understand that I'm never gonna be beloved like Steph and Clay, but shit, where else I'm gonna go? Like, and then you hitch, and I felt like the whole thing is he felt like, oh man, I'm gonna go with Golden State because they have a free flowing offense. Then nigga, you go to Brooklyn to be with Kyrie, and you thought it was gonna be a free flowing offense. I'm just shocked, but I don't know what they gonna say about Kevin Durant when it's all said and done, bro.
He's gonna have a cloud under his career. Like yes, he got them championships, but like look at his career post Golden State. It's not looking too well right now. It's not looking good at all. Yes, they're your first year there. You lose in the second round to Giannis and the Bucks because your foot was on the line. You run it back and y'all get swept out the first round. The only team in this year's playoffs to get swept out the first round. So like KD's career is just I don't know. It's just a question mark. If he goes to Golden State, can we ever say that he will ever win a ring? Because it's starting to look like no.
But that's where I don't hold those rings at to a higher regard like people do. Oh man, he played with Golden State. He won them 2 rings anyway. Like, no, bro, he was playing with house money. He was literally playing with house money when them 2 rings he won. And it's sad to say it, but he had. I understand why he left, but it's
Mhm.
like if you wanted to prove that shit or prove people wrong, you shouldn't have went to Golden State and all things because nigga, you kind of to me wasted 2 years. You wasted 2 years to build something in another franchise, maybe build continuity. Because when you got to Brooklyn, y'all didn't. I think y'all still had some decent pieces, but for whatever reasons, y'all want to let them go. The
Like
KD saga continues because the KD saga continues because I still don't understand what team is about to give up 5 or however many first rounders that they're looking for.
I don't think he's gonna trade it. I think he's gonna be stuck there. Like I don't. You're gonna have to gut your roster to get KD, and is getting KD worth gutting your roster for? Because
No,
after he leaves, you're gonna be in hell because now you trade away all your first round picks.
and and maybe a couple of players. That's what I'm saying. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Rudy Gobert fucked up the market. It just let's put it that way. He fucked it up. When they got 4 first round picks, I was like, because I was like, bro, they're not gonna get like, because I was explaining it to my boy guy Tay. I was like, Tay, bro, they're not gonna get like 3 to 4 first round picks. Like, what team got that for one? And what team is gonna actually give their mortgage their whole future on a nigga that just had an ACL tear or Achilles tear, and he is on the back end of 30s? Like, nigga, there's not too many teams, regardless of how great he is, about to give up all that capital, all them assets for maybe 1 or 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. But I seen that Gobert trade. I was like, all right, bro, you may got it. Because there's no fucking way Gobert got traded for 4 first round picks. Like, come on, Minnesota. Y'all should know better than that. I mean, come on,
So
Detroit.
like,
That. Oh, no, that was Minnesota that gave him up. Yeah,
so what are you doing, Kyrie? Like, is Kyrie even tradable?
I think you said is Kyrie tradable.
Yeah, there's like anybody want Kyrie besides the Lakers?
I would say there's a couple. I would say the Lakers are the best suitors, but that's gonna take a miracle to flip just Kyrie and Westbrook.
They talking about the trade package would be either Seth Curry and Kyrie for Westbrook, THT, and a future first round pick, which is like in 2028.
Knowing if I'm the Lakers, bro, you can finagle that a little bit more. I mean, Brooklyn maybe get another first round pick possibly, but
I mean, Westbrook contract is after this year he's off the books.
I wouldn't give a damn. But that's the whole point, nigga. I'm taking y'all contract. Give me 2 first rounders for taking that big ass contract.
I mean, they give up their 2027, 2028 pick. More than likely, they're gonna be trash. We just saw what the Pelicans got. They got a pretty high pick because of the Lakers being trash.
Bro, Lakers is not that bad, bro. They got some decent pieces over there. They're gonna make the playoffs this year.
All they did was go younger.
I'm messing with you, bro. I'm trolling. I'm
Yeah, they
big
literally did the same thing they did last season.
I'm
Me
trolling.
personally, I think you get a new coach, and I like the way this coach thinks and is talking, but I got to see what actually happens on the court because that's a whole different story. You could talk big game, but when it's game time, you could shrink in the moment per se. So I got to see. Again, it preserves on AD what his health is going to be. Westbrook is going to have a better season. I don't care what nobody says. He's going to have a better season. Watch.
You think he gonna have a better season?
Yes.
We gonna see. I hope for your sake, cause man, I don't think you can go through another season like last year, bro.
Listen, everybody's allowed to have a down year when you're getting up in age. All right, my nasty take for today is Bob Pettit, Dave Cohen's better than AD.
Bro, stop, bro,
It's just that
stop,
simple.
stop.
Their resumes are better. They're better players.
I
Y'all,
just can't think of who was playing in a segregated era, bro. I can't take him
it
serious.
don't listen. Bob Pettit is the third best power forward all time.
Nigga, he didn't even play when niggas was allowed in the NBA.
And listen, it don't matter. He did. He played against Bill Russell and them.
Nigga, that was afterwards. Nigga,
And you
when
know
you're
what's crazy? He outplayed Bill Russell, but y'all want to talk about that.
hey man, I wouldn't care. I'm not thinking Bob Pettit is the third greatest power forward. Okay, so you would say he greater than Giannis?
No, mine's is Tim Duncan, Giannis, then him. That's how I
Okay,
Tim, Giannis.
Kevin Garnett.
Hey, bro, I looked at their resumes. Yeah, Bob Pettit better. I'm sorry. I looked at the
All right,
resumes, bro.
all right, bro.
Talking about a two-time MVP. I think he was a 12-time All NBA. Yeah,
I can't take a nigga that played in the 1950s seriously, my nigga. I just can't.
Talking
If that,
about come on, 2 time scoring
that's
champ,
the
a
all
rebound champ, NBA champ,
if where do you have
11 times All NBA. Yeah, yeah.
where do you
KG
have
cooked. I'm sorry.
Mikan?
Who?
George Mikan.
He like number like 10 of centers.
You got David Mikan at 10, but you got never mind, bro.
George Mikan barely did like he was good and all, but his career ain't like understand he the first NBA superstar, but he ain't do nothing amazing. I mean, he got 3 scoring champs. I don't even know what's a BAA/NBA champ. I don't even know what that is.
See, he played in the same era as him, though, right?
Bob Petty came. Bob Bob Petty came. Now they played 2 separate eras. Petty played from 55 till 64. Mikan played from 48 to 55 to 56. Listen, Bob Pettit, come on, 26 and 16. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Bro, you
KG, I love you to death, my boy, but Bob Pettit better than you. I'm sorry.
bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You gotta stop.
I told you, Giannis. No, not Giannis. Tim Duncan, Giannis, Bob Pettit, and then KG.
Let me charge my phone, and then we're gonna have the 2K rating room. You ready? And can you be
I'm
ready?
ready when you are. Everybody subscribe to the channel. We out of here. Great show.
Yeah.